Hello, students. Hello, hello. Thank you for attending today's lesson. Before we get into the lesson, as always, if you could subscribe to this YouTube channel, that lets you know when I go live and when I post new videos. And yes, if you could like this video and share it with a friend who is also learning English, that helps to grow our English learning community. Okay, so today's lesson was actually requested by a student over on Facebook. So thank you, Mohammed. So we want to know the difference between didn't and wasn't. Didn't and wasn't. Okay, so I know some students have some difficulty. They don't know whether they should use didn't or whether they should use wasn't. Okay, so this is basic English grammar. So this is something we will need to know going forward. All right, so don't worry if you don't know the difference between these two words. Today, I'm going to help you and I'm going to explain it. So hopefully it will become a little bit easier for you. All right, so didn't versus wasn't. Let's look at the differences, okay? Hopefully it's going to be an easy lesson for you. All right, so first, what we need to know is that didn't and wasn't are both the past simple negative. Past simple negative. Okay, so it's something happened in the past, and this is negative. So you can see didn't, wasn't. So this N apostrophe T, N apostrophe T, that means not. So basically what we have here is did not, was not. All right. But when we talk and when we usually use these words, we often contract them. So they often become didn't, wasn't. Okay. So first of all, didn't is an auxiliary verb. Auxiliary verb. Okay. So let's remember that. This is how we're going to use didn't. We have a subject plus didn't plus the base verb. Okay, so if you know what a base verb is, a base verb is a verb without any changes to it. So for example, I have the word eat here, eat. So not ate, not eats, not eating. The base form of the verb is eat, eat, okay? So that's how we're gonna use didn't. We'll go back to that one in just a second. On the other hand, wasn't is the past simple negative form of to be. Okay, so we have the to be verb, right? So is, am, are, those can be changed, right, into the negative form. However, please be careful with wasn't, because we can only use wasn't with he, she, it, I, okay? So I wasn't, she wasn't, it wasn't, okay? When we use wasn't, you have to remember that we don't use it with every pronoun, okay? So I wasn't, he wasn't, she wasn't, it wasn't, okay? Very good. So let's take a look at the first example. The first example. Okay, so number one, it looks like an I for some reason. Okay, number one. There we go. Number one, I eat breakfast. Okay, this is the present tense, right? Right now, I eat breakfast. I eat breakfast. All right, if we put this in the negative, we would say I, auxiliary verb don't, so subject, don't eat breakfast. Eat, the base form of the verb. I don't eat breakfast, okay? Then remember, didn't is in the past. It's in the past, so we have to go back, right? So if we wanted to make this sentence in the past, we would say, for example, yesterday, I didn't eat breakfast. Yesterday, I didn't eat breakfast, okay? So if you see here, first we have a positive form, right? In the present, I eat breakfast. Then we can take it to the negative form. Right now, I don't eat breakfast. Then we can take it to the past in the negative. Yesterday, I didn't eat breakfast. Okay? Are you following me so far? Is it pretty understandable? Let's look at number 2. She is a teacher. Okay, so we have is. This is a form of to be, okay? And we have a she, so we're safe, right? She, I, he, she, it, okay? She is a teacher. Let's put that in the negative. She isn't a teacher. She isn't a teacher. So basically, she is not a teacher. Then we want to take this negative sentence and put it in the past. Let's say last year. Last year, she wasn't a teacher. Last year, she wasn't a teacher. Okay, is it making sense? Number 3, they swim. They swim. Very simple, right? They swim. Let's make that negative. They don't swim. They don't swim. Now let's take this negative sentence and put it in the past. Let's say yesterday, they didn't swim. Yesterday, they didn't swim. Okay, so we have the subject, didn't, and the base verb, swim. Okay, so remember, we don't need to change this base verb. We don't need to do anything to it. So we wouldn't say, they didn't swimming. They didn't swam. That is incorrect. They didn't swim. Keep it easy, all right? Okay, the last one, number 4. I am hungry. I am hungry. So we have I, the to be verb, so am. I am hungry. So if we want to make that negative, we're going to say, I'm not hungry. Or I am not hungry. I'm not hungry. Now let's take this negative sentence and put it in the past. Back we go. Okay, for example, last night I wasn't hungry. Last night I wasn't hungry. Okay, is it simple enough for you? Did this make sense? I hope so. If you have any questions, please feel free to leave them in the comments down below. I always check the comments. So if you have a question or if you have a suggestion for another lesson, please write it in the comments and I will get back to you as soon as I can. All right, so that's it for today's lesson. Please, in the comments, try to make your own sentences with didn't and wasn't. Okay, let's see if you can do it. All right, I will be back tomorrow with a brand new lesson here on YouTube, and I will go live again on Facebook. Okay, so thank you guys so much for watching. I will see you guys very, very soon. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.